is getting used to being ready for the camera before you close the thing. Well, here we go on the second one. Well, this video I'm going to talk about the Mckinney situation in McKinney, Texas, about the pool party, and also I'm going to touch on a little bit on love and hip hop and a lot of topics. The first one we're going to go with McKinney and the pool party, and I saw a news clip from the Fox News channel. It was Hannity's show, and basically my opinion is, I mean, I don't watch Fox News anyway, but I find it ridiculous how these people who claim to be highly intelligent and college educated, and they try to make the situation less than what it was. I have an understanding that this community is from the upper middle class, and of course it may or may not be mixed, but from what they said, it is mixed. The fact of the matter is, irregardless if the kids started that shit, I know kids start shit. I was bad as hell when I was a kid. That's for damn sure. I was really, really bad. And I started a whole lot of shit. I mean, I caused a lot of ruckus. But regardless, the little girl who got drugged by that cop, he went after her. And like I tell my little brothers, like, and anybody, like, a lot of these cops, well, like 96% of the police I ran into never had me or my family's best intentions at heart. It's rare that I personally run into some officers who are there to protect me, or a lot of the time they're extremely condescending in their tone, not like they're there for me. You know, I lost friends that got murdered by the police. Two friends. One was on CNN, and I won't go into that. I witnessed personally police brutality twice in my life, and both times I was really girly, and I looked like a girly girl, and I got taken down by police twice in my life, once on the East Coast, once on the West. And so I have personal resentments that influence a lot of the ways that I feel about police personally. So to see something like this and how I grew up is not something that's new to me. You know, friends of mine, like I said, I lost two friends. My brothers, you know, we have all encountered fuckhead police. And, you know, I mean, just from the gate, you know, I understand they got to do their jobs and they have to protect themselves, and they have a shitty ass job, by the way. But I mean, this motherfucker came rolling in the door doing backflips and shit, tumble rolls and shit. He didn't walk up on the scene like, what's going on, what's going on. I mean, due to what's going on out here in the world, I'm pretty sure them kids thought they was going to get shot. Shit, that's how I would have felt. I would have dipped the scene every time police roll around, I go the other motherfucking way. And you can ask anybody that knows me, and that's for sure. And you ain't got to worry about me telling you nothing but the show enough, because that's all I know. Wise words from my boy Petey Green. And that's all I got to say about that. And one more thing on that, like the other day, you know, I was telling my little brother, my baby brother, he changed his whole world around. But my other brother, you know, he's making a lot of those dumbass mistakes that we make when we're 18 or 19 and think that street life shit is cool and all that. And, you know, I told him, you know, these motherfucking police will kill your black ass. And that is truly how I feel. And, you know, you cannot put yourself in a position where you will encounter them cocksucking motherfuckers, especially them dirty ones. I don't trust none of them at all. You know, you can't allow yourself, and even if you're doing something illegal, you know, if you are, I won't go into that, but what I will say is this. If you put yourself in a position, if you're in that position, and the people around you are loud, remove yourself and put yourself around people who are quiet. If you can't change the people around you, then change the people around you. Boom, boom. And it took me a long time to have a good understanding of that. And that will be my segue into loving hip hop. You know, disrespectful motherfuckers is how I'm going to jump that off. I'm not going to go into the episode. This is not a review, but I'm going to talk about, you know, because this right here, my platform, is about women connecting, and it's not specifically women, but mostly for, you know, the empowerment. And it's extremely disappointing when you see a new bitch, and it's always the new bitches, but you see a new bitch on the block, and I'm referring to that bitch Ashley, who's coming at Rashida like that woman ain't signing her checks. And what I don't get is the disrespect. I'm not for that. I'm not about that. I don't subscribe to that at all. I find it ridiculous. And I did personally go on her Instagram and I roasted the shit out that bitch. Straight the fuck like that. You know, I try to walk in love. I really do. And that might sound like I'm contradicting myself. And I might sound like I'm contradicting myself in a lot of motherfucking ways later on in the future. But right now, you know, and how I feel today, you know, for that bitch in the after party, the first 2 seconds she's on the scene hollering about where that bitch at, where that bitch at. Like, really? Like, you know, that's why they have the select few on that show, because let that not been scripted, that bitch would have got knocked the fuck out. Like, real talk. And a lot of bitches that I roll with ain't gonna go for that kind of shit. You know, and I can't understand. Like, you know, me being younger and being in the game that I was in, you know, you're supposed to get knowledge from an OG, somebody who's in the position that you want to be in and has done it, whether they've done a little bit or a lot of it, you know, they've done it and they're experienced. You're supposed to be taking advice, taking notes, and getting a better understanding on how you're gonna mold your craft and perfect it. So when I see a dumbass bitch like that, I get grouchy. You're supposed to be utilizing that platform to network. You know, and I don't understand how you think you're gonna bubble. Everybody ain't gonna be like Nicki Minaj. You know, everybody may not get that Nicki Minaj chance or Erica Mena chance. You know, where you could come on a scene referring to Nicki, you know, and copy a bitch, and then later on disrespect that lady, you know, and then bubble. And everybody turn a blind eye to it. She's just a lucky bitch. But there's a lot of chicks that I fucks with that hasn't let that shit slide yet. And I still feel some kind of way bumping her music. And I just don't go with no disrespectful stuff. Me and her about the same age. You know, and just like I said in a video years ago, you know, we the same age. She was growing up listening to Lil' Kim, you know, bumping Ladies Night, because that's all we have for women like us. You know, and for her to just turn around, blatantly copy her, and then disrespect her, and then just, you know, dismiss it, not collaborate. I mean, she just went all along the lines of disrespecting legends. You know, and it didn't even stop there. You all on the shit with Mariah Carey. This bitch has been dropping hits since 88, 89, 90, 91, my whole life. She just got crusty. You know what I mean? She just got crusty these past couple of years, and I feel bad for her, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm not even a professional singer, and I know how to sing, and I know all the Newports and the drugs and shit that got my vocals crusty. You know what I'm saying? And I think it come with age, but you know, at the end of the day, you don't see Mariah or Whitney Houston, you know, shading Tina Turner. I mean, you don't see Beyonce, you know, shading her predecessors. So I just don't understand bitches like that. I just don't. And I don't like that. I hate that kind of shit. You know what I mean? And I'm all for seeing a woman win. Like straight up. You like not even having my I grew up with a man most of my life. Most of my life. And I just don't see how women can't get along. And my mom fine tuned that. I don't see how a woman with titties could say, you know, I don't like hanging around another woman, then you don't like yourself. And I find that to be a very true statement. If you don't feel comfortable in your own skin around another woman, then you got some issues that you need to address within your own self. And it sucks to hear that. I had to go through that, and it's all love, you know, but that's coming from a trill ass place. So that bitch Ashley, you know, she's a pretty girl, but her inside is ugly as fuck, and it makes her look like a goblin to me, and it makes me find everything ugly about her, and I'll read her like a motherfucking Sister Soldier book real fast, real quick. I'm just saying, just like I did the other day. You gave her the business. Moving on along, speaking of giving people the business, we are going to get into the Beehive roasted the shit out of Beyonce. Which I find stupid. And I really had to do some research. Like, I thought I was missing something. And I kept looking, because all I kept seeing was the diet. I kept seeing the diet. And I'm looking for a big announcement. My dumb ass, I'm not really into social media unless it's like something trill, you know, and I'm just now, you know, doing this, you know, getting involved in networking and things like that. Because I prefer to be discreet in my life. But I'm looking and I'm looking, and then I had to watch another YouTube video. I forgot the lady's name, damn, but they showed the tweets and the Instagram that made it easier for me to understand. And basically, her beehive is grouchy because they was waiting all night up early in the morning for this bitch to tell them she on a motherfucking diet. And I felt that. Like, bitch, you ain't dropping no album, no concert tickets, and your big breaking news on Good Morning America is your motherfucking high yellow ass is on a motherfucking vegan diet. I mean, whoop-tie motherfucking do, bitch. Like, we been knew that. I mean, what the fuck? Like, you could have just... Girl, motherfucking boo. I mean, hey, do what you gotta do. If you need more coinage, then you do what you gotta do. But I mean, listen, there's other ways around dumb shit. I mean, you know, Beyonce, you not above getting roasted. I mean, straight up, ain't nobody above getting roasted, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ill, you ain't the queen bee to me. Little Kim's the queen bee to me. But I mean, you the queen in your own lane. You know, when you ain't causing car accidents and shit, you know. But I mean, all in all, as far as the diet goes, I've been a vegetarian for going on 5 years. I really don't know the number, but I know it's up there. And I think it's a wonderful idea. You know, I know it's being a vegetarian to save my smoking ass from a lot of health issues. So I think her taking on that diet is a wonderful thing, and being a vegan is one of my ultimate goals, which in my future videos I will be showing you guys some of my recipes and showing you how to eat good with some healthy ass shit. And that show is coming soon. It will be a whole separate show on the same channel. So I look forward to sharing that with y'all. So I think this will be the gist of my video. I guess for the end of it, I could give you a little bit more of me and a little bit about lip gloss and street smarts, because that is the end of my subjects. I only had 3 subjects. So I guess this would be the opportunity for me to tell you guys a little bit more about lip gloss and street smarts. Lip gloss and street smarts came from an idea last year, the end of last year, like December, and like 6 months ago. And I was trying to get into this new person that I'm trying to be. And I'm not no square in no kind of way. And I needed to find a way to cross over, if you will. And so, and I needed a platform to where I could speak open and honestly about some things that I will be sharing when I feel more comfortable with doing this. But street smarts and lip gloss, I remember a long time ago, I was in a real hard place, and I was somewhere in a woman's program, and my mother had went through some of the same things. And at that particular time, this was my first time going through it, and she pulled me to the side and she's like, Mandy, don't you lose your street smarts. Now, just because these people walking around, claiming this sober life and doing all these good things and done got back to church, and they, that's all good and that's all gravy, but you got to understand, these people was on the streets first. And, and bad habits die hard. So you keep your street smarts about you, because that's what got you up out them streets in the first damn place. And until I started living life more, I got a better understanding, especially after I left my abusive relationship. And that phrase stayed with me: don't lose your street smarts. Don't lose your street smarts. You can't. The lip gloss part of it is in the near future. I hope I will have a cosmetics line. And a girlfriend of mine, which I hope to get back in touch with soon, we always have to, your lip gloss got to stay right. I mean, we women. And there's just few things I feel as women should just stay on point. Your lip gloss, your nails, your hair, and your toes, should just stay on deck. And I feel like that's something a woman's lips should never be dry. They should always be moist. So, and there's a lot of situations where I had little to nothing, and due to my looks and my lip gloss popping, I was able to hustle my way out of those situations. So that just, with that combined, I just personally feel that a woman, if she got her lip gloss and her street smarts, then bitch, can't nothing stop you. In my eyes, And if you need some advice, you just let me know, and I'll show you how to get those 2 things, how to utilize those 2 things to your advantage. It don't take much. A good bra, some lip gloss, and some street smarts about your ass, and I bet you'll be on deck. All it takes is the right mind frame, and finding a way to wade through self-doubt, and finding your ambition again. That's something that I was struggling with. But I'm gaining it back, and I'm getting back on deck. So if anybody sees this and they got any questions or anything, hit me up on Twitter, Lip Gloss and Street Smarts, and we could go into more detail there. Drop some comments below. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I will be dropping another video either later on today or tomorrow afternoon. So until the next video, have a great day.